Hi, it's David Feeks at the Parents Estate Planning Law Firm. Glad to be back with you. Today we are starting an interview series to introduce you to professional referral partners, people in the community that we know do a great job for our clients. Today I'm sitting with Melissa Indelicato and Stephen Coffey of Indelicato and Coffey, an Ameriprise private wealth advisory practice located in Waltham. Melissa and Stephen, welcome.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
Tell our fans, tell our friends a little bit about yourselves, your background, and a little bit about your firm.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you for having us. So first, let me start off by saying this is my brother. So a very unique business opportunity when you get to work with your brother every day. So my brother and I are both certified financial planners with Ameriprise Financial. Combined, we have over 28 years of industry experience. Mm-hmm. And basically, we help our clients to simplify and organize their finances.
So I got to ask the question, how do a brother and sister end up in business together?
Well, we like to say it's in the blood sometimes. Our father actually did tax returns, was an accountant for 25 years. Our mother worked for an estate planning firm for many years. And we were just kind of naturally drawn to it. It gives us the opportunity to, have the mind of a capitalist, kind of be your own boss, and but at the same time, the heart of a social worker, mm-hmm. where you can really see the impact of what you do with clients and how you help them better achieve their goals. So it's really just the perfect fit for our personalities, I'd say.
And what is it about you guys and your firm as financial advisors that sets you apart from other financial advisors? What is it that makes you unique?
That's a great question, because oftentimes when working with other professionals, a lot of people may call themselves a financial advisor. You may hear insurance agents or stockbrokers, accountants that will call themselves a financial advisor. But I would say what sets us apart is that we're a family-based financial planning firm. And when a client walks in the door, we treat them as if they were part of our own family. We're also probably one of the most successful female-led financial planning firms within the Ameriprise program.
Yeah, being a fiduciary for our clients is also what really I hope separates us for other advisors. So it's our clients' interest above ours. I'm sure we'll go into kind of how we help our clients in different areas, but ultimately it's what the clients need and how, given all the tools in the shed, how do we best approach the plan? And everyone is different. It's a really unique approach for each and every one of our client groups.
So if I was walking in and I wanted, what is financial planning? So if I'm 5 years old, explain to me kind of what is financial planning? What do people kind of expect from you?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah, it's a comprehensive look at your entire life. Basically, what can we do to help simplify and organize your finances? What I say is we are the personal trainer for your finances. A lot of people like to spend $10 a month. I know I've done it, a gym membership, and a couple months go by and I might not really, have shown up too often, but
a couple years, couple months.
Yeah, sometimes, or having that personal trainer. So what we do is, we talk to our clients and they tell us where they'd like to see themselves financially, just like how you say, I have a weight loss goal or a building muscle goal. And we help educate you on all the different ways to work out, put together a successful game plan. And then we actually work the plan with you. So, I kind of say we are a personal trainer for your finances, and that's really what helps, I think, get those clients ahead. That extra push-up, that extra mile, that extra couple minutes on the treadmill, we do that. Help you save a little bit more, help you, pay down debt a little bit faster. And that's ultimately going to put you in a better spot when you look at yourself 3, 5, 10 years down the road.
So if I'm a client coming to you for the first time, what am I expecting when I reach out to your office the first time?
Well, generally what we offer for initial clients is a complimentary consultation. It generally takes about 45 minutes to an hour. During that time, I would get to know you, Paula, your goals, and we would spend time really starting to articulate what your goals are. So perhaps they're retirement planning, investment planning, protecting your family. we'd spend a lot of time really trying to identify and prioritize the different financial goals you have. At that point, we'll spend some time getting into the numbers, and then during that initial meeting, Steve or myself will tell you more about the actual financial planning process and what that relationship would look like. At the end of the meeting, the goal is to really find out if, one, we can help you, but two, if you want that help. If it makes sense, we move forward with a financial planning relationship.
And explain a little bit about how your fees are structured.
I'll take that one. It's kind of unique as well in that case, where I like to say we're kind of like a grocery store where we're not really married to any specific product or service. So we help our clients two different ways, with comprehensive financial advice and also wealth management. So on the wealth management side, we can kind of have all the tools in the shed, transaction-based investing, fee-based investing, and, I'd say probably 75-80% of our assets that we do manage for our clients are fee-based. It's more tied to a client's performance as opposed to the actual transactions we recommend, so clients don't question the objectivity of our recommendations. And the other way we work with our clients is, as I mentioned, comprehensive financial planning. And that's taking a look at your situation and coming back to you and Paul as that second set of eyes to, give you that, unique, personalized approach. And we charge a flat annual financial planning fee that's based on complexity level of your situation. So kind of all the tools in the shed.
And how often are you meeting with your clients in reviewing their plans, but more importantly for people who don't yet have a financial advisor, as they're thinking about this, how often should someone be reviewing their financial plan?
I would say at least annually. We generally will sit down with our clients between 1 and 3 times per year. But then after that, if there's a big life event, so if you have a job change, if your child is going to college, if you want to buy a home, if you get laid off, if there's a big life transition that goes on, that would be cause for an additional meeting throughout the year.
A good way of looking at it too is a lot of people go see their doctor once a year.
Yeah.
For your financial, or health checkup. We make sure our clients at least annually are coming to their financial well-being checkup. So we say, if we don't hear from you, you're coming to see us, but then give us a call as your situation changes.
Yeah, if you're sick or break your arm, you got to go see your doctor an additional time.
Absolutely.
And I'm imagining that as you sit with clients and you're kind of reviewing their financial picture, you're seeing and finding opportunities for them to be meeting with other people who have different areas of expertise, whether they're tax advisors or whether it is for legal help. How often and under what circumstances are you kind of sending clients out to a referral network that you've developed to help them get the help that they need, that you've actually helped them to identify?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, because it is an ongoing process. I'd say, we try to really be the quarterback for our clients' finances. Once a week, we like to make sure we're grabbing a cup of coffee with someone like yourself, with an accountant, mortgage broker, and we get to kind of do all that screening process for our clients, because clients do come to us throughout their entire lives, and at some point they're going to need other professionals, whether it's an estate planning firm, a CPA for their taxes, buying a home, selling a home, and we want to make sure that we can recommend someone that we've worked with, we trust, we know that we'll be responsive to their clients. So, it's an ongoing process, and we want to make sure we can really, add that extra value to our clients by saying, we have someone for that.
Someone that we know and trust. And I mean, when would you say in a client's life is a great opportunity to start thinking about estate planning?
Well, we would always say, number one, because of our niche and working primarily with parents with young kids, we always say if you've got a child under the age of 18 and you don't have a plan yet in place, you need to be doing estate planning.
Absolutely.
If you own a house, you need to be doing estate planning. If you own a bank account, an investment account, if you have a life insurance policy or a retirement account, you've got to have a plan in place. What happens to all of this if something happens to me? Where do all these assets go? But even for people as young as 18, we have, certainly at this time of the year, we have a robust program in place for helping our clients to identify when their kids turn 18. Now it's time for them to get planning in place for themselves. Because of course, once you turn 18, your kids are adults, and mom and dad, you can't take care of them anymore. So when they go off to college, you've got to have that planning in
They
place.
may not think that they can't take care of it.
You know, so we always say everybody needs estate planning, and
Right.
I say the starting point. You know, if you know you have kids under the age of 18 and you don't have guardian's name for them, then you've got to start it today, not tomorrow.
Right.
It's the most important thing you can do for your family.
I think for some of our clients, estate planning is a scary topic. I feel like Steve and I bring it up with all of our clients, at least annually, but it's always one of those back burner items that's like, I knew you were going to ask me, and you know, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So if we can, you know, certainly, you know, get our clients in front of you, because it is truly important. Can you please like enlighten us with how that process works, and in that it's not that scary?
Well, it's not that scary,
Right.
and people make it out to be. Well, first of all, it's kind of a dark topic. It's an intimidating topic for some people, because you're thinking about, especially when you have young kids. Because when I think about it the way, and when I think about it as I thought about it as a dad myself, you're going to a place where you are imagining your kid's life without you. And for parents, there's nothing scarier in the world than that. But you've got to cross that barrier and get started with it. The way that we've kind of taken some of the fear and the anxiety out of it is just to try and make it as easy as possible for potential clients. So when somebody gets introduced to our office, we're going to make it as easy as possible for them. If somebody gets introduced, like if you were to introduce clients to us, normally, as you know, that's going to come through an email that
Yep.
generally goes to our client services director, Paula, who's also my wife, and we run the firm together. But that email comes into Paula. She's generally going to respond to the client probably within an hour or two,
She's very
get a
quick.
phone number, probably be on the phone. If she can get a phone number, she'll be on the phone with them before the end of the day, explaining, here's what the process is going to look like, here's what you can expect, here's what we're going to send to you in advance of a meeting, you know, all along the way, here's what you're going to talk about with David or with Amanda when you come into that meeting, here's how long that meeting is going to last, here's what it's going to look like. And then even after they set up that appointment, we're sharing information with them all along the way, so they kind of know, when they walk in the door, they kind of already know what's going to happen. They're ready for it. It's not intimidating. You can see, I don't wear a jacket. I never wear a tie.
Yeah.
I wear ties to funerals and weddings and the occasional bar bat mitzvah. That's it. And I haven't worn a tie other than that in years and years and years. So we try to make this as pleasant and unintimidating as possible, because I know how difficult it is.
Right.
I really do.
And I think, you know, as a mom with young children myself, I feel like your process of having the full estate plan not only, you know, explained, but also delivered within a very short, convenient time period is advantageous. As we all know, you know, time is precious and a scarcity.
Yeah, and
for parents.
that's part of the making things as easy as
Yeah.
possible. So it's condensing what other estate planning attorneys would separate out into two separate meetings, and you'd have to come back for two separate meetings at the office. We kind of condense it down into one longer meeting, but that means you only got to get a babysitter one time. You've only got to take time off from work one time to get through that meeting. And then we're moving everybody through the process as quickly as possible, because we know that once you make the decisions, you've got nothing, and your plan isn't in place until you get back into the office to sign everything. So we've got a pretty good streamlined process for making that happen in about 4 weeks, so that everybody knows, okay, if I make the decision today to move forward, I'm going to have this
1 month
I'm
from
gonna
now,
have
I
this
can
done in a
check it off
month,
my list.
and then we can start driving in a car together. That's it.
And once that's been, you know, accomplished and we can kind of check off the estate plan, how often do you advise that, you know, we should talk to our clients about re-examining it?
So one of the things that we do with our clients is we invite them in for a review meeting every 3 years. So
Okay.
no matter what, every 3 years we're reaching out to clients saying, you know, it's been 3 years since you either signed your plan or the last time we sat down to review it. It's time to set up an appointment to come in again. And we always let people know, hey, listen, if anything happens before your 3-year review meeting comes back around, same kind of thing, big life events. You have a new child, you move, you start a new job, you've opened up a new bank account, somebody who's playing a role in your plan is no longer appropriate to play that role.
Right.
Don't wait for 3 years to come around. Pick up the phone, give us a call. We don't charge for meetings once you're a client. And for the most part, even when you're not a client, and we want to be able to give people the opportunity to sit down and talk about those things. And at the end of every year, we send out a checklist. Basically, did any of these things happen during the year?
Great.
And if so, you might want to think about giving us a call for a review meeting.
Okay, great. That's
wonderful.
really helpful.
The last question I had for you guys is for people who have not started with a financial advisor, it's just something on their to-do list, advice that you could give them to help them get it off their to-do list.
Yeah.
I can say that. I'm sure you probably know the answer too. Stop procrastinating. Just as you just mentioned, there's actually a lot of parallels. People plan more about what are we doing this weekend and what are we doing, for vacation over the summer than they do about their own personal finances. And retirement, lasts 30 years these days. So you should be looking at these things, and you got to get off the couch to go to the gym. You got to pick up the phone or shoot us an email to get started, because people don't get ahead because they put things off. And I know that I used to think my clients, they were all busy 12, 13 years ago when I first started doing this, and I was like, okay, well, when things settle down, we'll do this. Things have never settled down in 12, 13 years, and I don't think they're going to settle down anytime soon. So now I say it doesn't matter what you got coming up. Now we got to do this, and we're going to start here, and it's those small incremental improvements over time. You do that for your 10, 20, 30 years before retirement to have the best comfortable retirement that could last quite a long time these days. So it's pick up the phone.
Yeah, I would say that
Put it
you're
off.
right. I mean, procrastination is truly the number one reason why people don't get ahead. And a lot of our clients, after they're on board and, we have a great relationship with them, say, I really wish I met you 10 or 20 years
Yep,
sooner.
100%.
So I have clients who come through the door apologizing that they didn't come in
Yep.
5, 10, 15
Right.
years earlier. But I always say it never matter. It doesn't matter what didn't happen
Mhm.
yesterday. It only matters what happens today, what you do today, what you decide today, and moving forward. And the one thing I know, whenever I'm wrestling with something or procrastinate or putting something off, and everybody knows this, is that the minute you make the decision to do it, then it kind of and get it off your to-do list, get it off your checklist. Then it's done, and you're flying, and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right.
And that's true of financial planning and of estate planning. So
Mhm.
just do it.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I want to thank you very much for joining me today.
Awesome.
And this
Thanks
is
for having us.
Great for our audience, and I'm sure yours as well.
Yeah,
And I really appreciate
appreciate
you taking the time to join us today. Thank you both.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you next time.